we have a problem. Just as crucial as the IRAs, the Hezbollahs, or the Ankatlas. Knowing that we've been kings and queens, hearing Mary J, P. Diddy, and R. Kelly sing don't mean a damn thing if masses of black children aren't learning. Black enterprise could serve as a guide and still some pride, even perhaps nationwide. You see, we be one army marching and instill some pride. Different times.
Men would fain rob us of our great inherited heirship if they could, and put our origin outside of the human family. But our God has laid the foundation too sure to be shaken. Our fathers have planted their greatness too firm to be moved or erased. Therefore, we stand today wearing the crown of many stars, which cannot be taken away by dishonest men or howling devils.
Because beneath all the things that have been said and done and the hardships we've gone through, God sees that it's time for us to take that walk of success and lift us up to the top, where we can now exchange ideas and somehow connect in a way that we couldn't do before. And lots of it was the way we were kind of like raised in America, you know what I mean? To feel less than and to be beat up and to have less than. But you know what? God got to show his power, and he's going to take the black man.
Cover-ups, all the lies, they need to be exposed.
A black freedom struggle in America, not just a nation and an experiment, but an empire. We're willing to take a risk. But at the same time, are you all willing to take a risk to generate bonds of trust so that you either appear together and say, you know what? We've been in conflict. We trust each other enough now that we're going to appear together as some kind of unifying effort on behalf of what? The people that we serve in. The people that we serve in. You see? Because our tradition is one of what? Not just talking about leaders being servants. We've had servants who have paid the ultimate cost, not for the purpose of power. Martin King didn't die because he was after power. He died because he was after justice. That's very important. We don't require that of everybody. We don't require that of every political leader. But political leaders ought to take that seriously when you're dealing with the legacy of King, this brother, Jesse, Ella Baker, Fannie Lou Hamer.
The shadow belongs to the earth, to the earth. I am the earth, and this is Earth Talk.
It's like, can't the president sit down and let's pan out some stuff?
I don't like that talk about an explosion. Now hear me, people, and hear me well. And help convince the world.
I don't know what the hell they're doing. I mean, I really don't.
Because America always in somebody else's business.
And the weakest ones suffer most. The children. And all of us concerned. I don't care what your politics or ideology, we're all concerned.
People don't want to cooperate. People don't want to compromise. You know, it's all about me and how I feel and, you know, my feelings and, you know, all that shit. So
here we are 30 years later. No bombs. Nobody shooting you in the driveway. No dogs biting your stomach. And somebody got to come and beg you to get up and vote.
Upside down, get them meaning to. I done travel, I done sing, like any professor for this land. The thing where I see, I go talk about upside up and downside down. But overseas, where I see.
In the 21st century, we have to call enslavement what it is. A genocidal practice. Genocide as intentional or act or resultant act that is directed toward killing in whole or part a whole people or destroying the culture basis for their life.
There's a lot of flexing and positioning for power, and I think it comes from insecurity at times.
Not only takes human life, it destroys the culture of the people, even when they stay alive.
Maybe they're like the invisible men, the invisible people. Maybe things are changing, but it doesn't seem that way on the unemployment.
A black freedom struggle in America, not just a nation and an experiment, but an empire. And to be a moral conscience in the empire means then that one has to facilitate the moral dimensions in those nations that are affected by the empire. And a crucial moral dimension at this moment is to generate some trust among a leadership that has yet to come together in such a way to create the stabilizing conditions for the possibility of alleviating the suffering affected by
the rape of Africa and the slavery of Africa, the inhumanity of African leaders, and the total disrespect for human life. To me, it's a very broad issue.
Previous woman to
pound
Dura, and then carrying water also from far distance. Because that place is a desert, of course, and therefore the water is fine.
Oh, it's a desert where they are?
Yeah, and the water is fine in just some places, which is very far.
What happened to my dowry? You know how other females and other cultures around the world, what happened to my dowry? You know?
I don't want us talking necessarily only about slavery. When the American policies that are poised against Africa disallows Africa a future. And the question is, what's the difference in being a slave with no future and a so-called free African with no future?
History is watching us. History is watching us. History is watching us.
Vulnerabilities can become victories when you have a vision of yourself that stretches beyond your moments of challenge and despair.
History is watching us.